Glow Yard. Hey, we made it to summer. Let's get it. We made it to the finals, but we out for the summer. What an exciting season, what's next, I wonder. Relle and King with the Glow Yard on Playback. When October comes, we said, Nico, run it back. We made it to the storm and we almost got the chip. We had some tough games, but now we ain't quit. We saw them boys come together, others fall apart. But most important thing, we saw our teams got heart. Luka making records and Kyrie making moves. When there's breaking news, Relle and King got it for you. When you wanna see some fan perspective views, I'll put you on YouTube, make you know who to shoot. Whether you wanna talk or vent or who's who, just keep it respectful to my Glow Yard crew. At WTN, just to speak to the panel, and welcome to the We Talk Mavs channel. Nico, run it back. Nico, run it back. Nico, run it back. When October comes.
Yeah. YouTube, Glow Yard King, MFFLs, podcast listeners all over the globe, the world, the planet, the galaxy, the Milky Way. It is your boys, man, Relle and King of We Talk Mavs, where we talk Dallas Mavericks from a fan's perspective as usual. Hey, man, we glad y'all here. You already know how this goes, man. We talk about all things Dallas Mavericks, man. So listen, if you're into Dallas Maverick content, go ahead and do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, man. If you're new to the channel, like my co-host would always say, we're still trying to get to our goal of 3K. We're almost there. We definitely can use y'all's help to get there. And also, too, everybody hit that like button, man, so that can help us build up the algorithm. And plus, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. Just simply hit that like button. Help us build the algorithm up to find more Mav fans like yourselves to join the Glow Yard gang here. Y'all already know what today is. I see the title over our overlay here. It's members only. We usually do these shows on Fridays to show love to the people who show love to the channel in that special way. Special. So listen, man. Some things to get into, as y'all know. Schedules have been released. They were releasing the schedule slowly but surely. I think we talked about it last week. Talked about some of the key games that were released before the full schedule, but the full schedule is now out. They made a spectacle. They made an event out of it. So we're going to break it down and talk about the Mavs schedule here. We don't care about nobody else's schedule. We care about the Mavs. Yeah. So, Kingman, you ready to get into it, man?
I am, bro.
All right, man. There's something else that came up before all this. I think you shared with us in the group. We could talk about. And we'll get with the Glow Yard on the schedules, man, because I think that's something y'all can kind of discuss and kind of talk about what we think is gonna happen and all that stuff. So, but before we do that, man, let's show some love to the sponsors of the channel, FANATICS.
Before we continue, we want to give a special shout out to FANATICS for hooking the channel up with a personalized link for you guys and ladies to get all of your official NBA Dallas Mavericks merchandise and apparel. If you're interested in helping the channel at all, please scan the QR code on the screen or check out the link in the description. We appreciate all of the continued support, and big thanks go out to FANATICS once more for hooking us up over here at We Talk Mavs.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. If you are looking for brand new Mav merch, you're in the right place. Go ahead and scroll on down to the description box, man, and click on that link to FANATICS and copy some brand new Mav merch. Get ready for the new season, the much anticipated season. It is definitely here, y'all. So go ahead and click on that link. Not only does it benefit you, but it helps the channel out in that special way also, too, guys. So there you go. All right, King, you ready to get to it, man?
Yep.
You know what? I think we can categorize this little clip I'm about to show here. So listen, man, there is a guy here. Well, I don't know if he's here right now, but he's here. He's here. He's normally here. Covers the Mavs. One of King's favorite writers of all time. He said this man had a jersey, he would definitely get it. The great Tim McMahon has struck again.
Not a fan of McMahon at all.
King said he thought about changing his name to Tim. But I honor this guy. But but listen, he had another quote out, I guess you could say, man. He was talking about the possibility. What could have been? What if you were a Marvel fan? What if the Mavs had kept Jalen Brunson, man? So we're gonna hear this little clip here, man, and we'll kind of get your opinion, King, on what you think about this, man.
Is if Brunson signs that extension with Dallas, I think there is a high likelihood that he would be with the Brooklyn Nets right now. Because
Sure.
Because listen, Mark Cuban has always been about chasing stars, and Kyrie was going to become available the next season, as he did. At the time, the Mavericks did because they needed a star to replace Brunson. But I think they would have looked at that as an upgrade. And I think now, maybe they probably keep Dorian Finney-Smith in that case. Maybe they don't have to give up a first-round pick, whatever. But I think there's a pretty decent chance that Jalen Brunson would have been moved to Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving still ended up in Dallas. And it's one of those things where we will never know. But Brunson obviously landed in a much better situation for himself from a basketball, life, all sorts of different perspectives.
Well, what was your thoughts, King?
I don't know, bro. I'm getting tired of talking about Jalen Brunson on the show. I know Kai stands hate us talking about Jalen Brunson because this is when you got to keep it real on that side. But I don't agree with what Tim McMahon's saying. I think Tim McMahon's a fool. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think Tim McMahon's a fan at all. We've been saying it for a while. I wish it was someone else to cover the Mavs that really cared about the Mavs. But that makes no sense. I mean, I know, folks. Somebody told me that Kyrie's a better Robin, which is true because we've never seen Jalen Brunson be a Robin to this level, the level that Kyrie is right now. But with all that being said, bro, Jalen Brunson had got up to, I think, to 19 points or something around there.
Close to it.
He was with us and then went in the playoffs and gave us 20 some change. If he gave us 20 some change in the playoffs, usually when you come back the next season, you're going to give you that's your expectation now. Like usually you can at least get 20 points. So he was going to get even better. If Jalen Brunson is giving you around 21, 22, even 23, something around there behind Luka Doncic, why would you trade him on a $55 million contract for 4 years for Kyrie Irving? If you did that, that would be stupid. But I mean, it's something Mark Cuban might have done. Knowing Mark Cuban when he threw his name in there. But there would have been no need to get Kyrie. You then build the team the other way, like get the other pieces that you needed, like a center that Luka was asking for multiple years. But I don't think Kyrie ends up here in that case. If he does end up here, he ends up as a third guard instead of it's a three-way with him. Like that would make that's a dumb move to me, man. I don't know why you would even say that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what Tim McMahon is. Is he just a representative of ESPN? Does he represent the Mavericks at all? Like this dude, I don't know what he does. So, like I say, bro, it'd have been stupid if they did that. If you get a guy making 23, because Kyrie came over here and giving you 25, basically. Like you're not going to get what your guy giving you 30. I don't know how much higher you're going to get as a star pair or duo, but I definitely think with Jalen Brunson still rising, you got him in the same draft. That would be a foolish decision. If that was what Jalen Brunson's fourth year, one of the two. And if he'd already been up to 21, that's a dumb investment. That's not how you make a move. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that he's wrong because, like I said, Mark Cuban was involved and Mark Cuban makes foolish decisions. And we'd have had another year. Like, it's just dumb thinking about it. Like, Kyrie didn't get here until the trade deadline, which means we'd have had up until the trade deadline of what's his name? Jalen Brunson here as well. We saw what Spencer Dinwiddie did without Jalen Brunson for that year or whatever, or half a year until he got there. He had the best year of his career, best half year of his career going into that point. Why would Jalen Brunson, like, I don't know, bro. But, I mean, Tim's not wrong because we never will know. And knowing Mark Cuban, he probably would have done something like that. But I don't necessarily agree with that decision. I don't think that would be the right move to make. And I'm glad we got Kyrie now. Again, like I said, I'm not mad about that. But, I mean, we'd have had the bird in the hand instead of worrying about the ones in the bush.
Yeah, no. All right. Listen. So he's not wrong about the Mark Cuban thing. You know how Mark Cuban move. Kind of, we gave our opinions on Mark Cuban on this show numerous of times. If you been following this show for any period of time, y'all know how we feel about him. But anyway, um, the one thing I don't agree with Tim when he said that we weren't going, we probably wouldn't have thrown Dorian in there or given up a first. Did he know that Jalen Brunson only would have been making 4 for 55? And Kyrie makes damn near 40 at that time. I think it was like 35 or whatever it was, 34 or whatever. So you still would have probably had to throw Dorian in there too. So you would have lost Jalen Brunson and Dorian.
I think he's saying, who do we trade for? We traded Spencer, right?
Spencer and
Dodo.
And then Dodo.
I think he's saying we would have traded. Why would you trade Spencer and Kyrie for?
So that's what I'm saying. You still probably would have had to still trade Dodo for Kyrie, bro. I mean, that's the only way.
Yeah, Spencer.
That's the only way. Who else is gonna fill that spot? That Brooklyn would want it.
They would have took Dodo. They would have needed Dodo. They're not taking
exactly.
Why would you take two guards?
Exactly. So they still would have gave up Dodo, and it would have hurt a whole lot more giving up Jalen Brunson and Dodo compared to Spencer and Dodo. Like you saw how folks flipped out about Spencer and Dodo. Just imagine if it was Jalen and Dodo.
Yeah.
Like no, bro. Like I said, like that makes no sense what he was saying, bro. Because like you said, yeah, we do know Mark Cuban. That sounds like something he would have did. But at the same time, like, nah, you still would have gave up Dodo, bro. You still would have lost. I feel like in that case, you would have lost more.
That really. Now that you said that to me, though, they could have probably kept Jalen Brunson. I don't think Jalen Brunson has anything to do with that. You feel me? Like now I'm thinking about it. Jalen signed the 4 for 55. You could have ran the 3-guard line. I'm not saying it would have worked the same way. I'm not even saying that. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. You could have ran the Luka, the Jalen Brunson, and the Kyrie Irving as your 3 guards or whatever. Move Luka maybe to the 3 or whatever like that. Just having the 3-guard lineup and give Dodo, Spencer Dinwiddie, and a first because Kyrie was at his lowest point ever in his career. So you didn't need much. That's why we got him for 1 first round or whatever. So I think you probably could have still got it done if Tim and Man actually sat down and thought about it. But I don't know.
You would have. I still say you would have still gave up a first to get him too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you gave up that first still, they really wanted the first. That's what Brooklyn was really after, the first round pick. If you gave up Spencer Dinwiddie, Dodo, and the first still, you'd have got Kyrie Irving. So that's my whole I don't know if it's Tim McMahon trying to save face with them and make it sound like Mark Cuban's doing them. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Why are we still catering to a guy who don't own a team?
I don't know, man.
Just wondering. But yeah,
it was a dumb decision. It was a dumb decision. Like that. Why are we even talking about it still? That's how I feel, bro. Like what is Tim doing right now? It was a dumb decision. You don't give up a guy that was borderline, that was second team All NBA. So he's one of the top 10 players in the league this year. Could have been top 5, first team All NBA for 4 years for $55 million. You don't let that walk. He did the same thing as Steve Nash all over again. Jalen Brunson didn't get an MVP yet. He may not get an MVP, but he's a top 10 player in the league that you let go for nothing. You got nothing for him. It's not about trading him for Kyrie or nothing like that. You could have dealt with that later on. He would have had another year to develop. Like I tell the folks about the players we have on our team right now. You don't know what each player is going to do every year. You let these guys develop and you see. We saw what Jalen Brunson went the year after he left the Mavericks or whatever. And some folks were yelling that he was going to take a step forward. But nobody wanted to believe it. There's no way he can take that step and all that. Okay. So it just was a dumb decision. I'm glad we got Kyrie now, but it sucks that we had to let Jalen. It's not even giving up Jalen Brunson for Kyrie. We just let Jalen Brunson walk. Like that's the part that's off. It's not even about Kyrie Irving at all. We let Jalen Brunson go without anything. We didn't receive anything for it. We didn't have to give anything up. We just let him walk away, and now he's a top 10 player.
Yeah, because we talked about it on the crossover.
Yep.
I think one of them asked us about that. Oh, just Damon, asked us about that, and I'm like, man, just imagine having your number 2 making 55 for 4, bro. Like, you know how much you could have did with that extra space, you know what I'm saying, in the cap? Like,
crazy to think people didn't want to give him. Imagine 4 for 80. You still be excited if you had Jalen Brunson for that. But we didn't want to give him 20 million, some folks. And I remember those days. But it is what it is. He's gone for nothing. Luckily, we got Nico. This is where it's the greatness of Nico. We have him still. He was able to switch his team up. We had a year of failure, and we got to the finals this year. So Nico is always behind the 8 ball, or he has everybody else gets a head start. And I'm excited now. One of the reasons for the season, because it seems like we're no longer behind 8 ball anymore. Like we no longer are leaking assets anymore. So with that, with having a generational star, with having one of the greatest, two guys of all time, and having a GM that now has full access to the team and can do whatever he wants. Like, that's why I'm excited now being a Maverick fan. The Jalen Brunson era is part of the past regime. I still throw all it together with Mark Cuban and all that. That's done with now. Now it should be fun being a Maverick fan again. That's how I feel. That's no shout out. That's no knock to Mark Cuban and how he changed the team and all. I know all that because we get paragraphs of folks saying we go too hard on Mark Cuban. I know. I became a Maverick fan. If you don't know my story, Mark Cuban was one of the reasons. One of the reasons I was over here excited. The reason Steve Ballmer is like Steve Ballmer now is because of Mark Cuban. All of that stuff. He went through that and for all of that. I understand and I appreciate that. But two things can be right at the same time. That's all I always say.
Yep. But yeah, man. Another thing too. I think the only reason why Tim kind of brought that up, you saw what channel he was on the Knicks channel, right?
Oh yeah.
I've been on Freeze's channel before, and I constantly get asked that question all the time about the whole Brunson thing. Every time I go to a Knicks channel, bro. Yeah. So it's probably why he brought it up. Probably why he talked about it, man. Because I get that question all the time too, and I go to a Knicks channel. So it is what it is, man.
I just don't get the half the season part. It's like not like we wouldn't have traded Jalen Brunson after the playoffs. It was still we played 50 games or so before we got Kyrie, maybe more than that. Because that year, I feel like the trade deadline came late that year for some reason.
That was in February.
But I feel like it was hella games already played. Like we only had like 20.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that.
Yeah.
When he came over here.
Yeah.
So if you tell me Jalen Brunson had that many games to play on the team, that we're the one to just trade him at his value, we may have done it. It's the Mavericks. You're right.
But all right, man. You ready to get to the glow yard, man? See what they're talking about this schedule, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's do it, man. But before we do, let's address Let's show some love to Playback. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all can download the Playback app for free. It is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything to join. It is on, matter of fact, we are now under not just We Talk Mavs, we're under Glow Sun Production on Playback. So if you want to follow us on Playback, you have to go under Glow Sun Production because we have other things that we cover now on Playback. King's gonna be doing his what is it called? Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
Yeah, Kayfabe with the different Kayfabe. Yes, I'm sorry. Kayfabe with the different wrestling events and stuff. He got one tonight. I think Raw is tonight, I believe.
SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown. Okay. When is Raw? Mondays?
Mondays, yes.
Yeah, look at me learning. SmackDown is tonight, y'all. So y'all can join King on there for SmackDown tonight. Like I said, we're gonna be doing other stuff on there too, man. Today also we will be doing our Hoops Goats show on there today. We're gonna be covering the Supersonics and the Phoenix Suns, the 97 first round game 4, man. That was a great series. That series was determining who was gonna play the Bulls.
Basically.
So yes, we will be doing that today immediately after the show, guys. Y'all can follow us over there on Playback. Like I said, it's absolutely free. Join us and watch a pretty good game with us, y'all. All right, King, let's go ahead and get to the glow yard, man. Because listen, man, schedules have released. We definitely got to talk about it. So
before you said it, that wasn't the year they played the Bulls. I think that was Utah's year, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 97. You're right. Because they played 90. Was it 96 and 97? You're right. My bad.
That was the year both of them failed. Both of them were supposed to be one of the teams that go back. But
I'm sorry. The Sonics went back. They went the year before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it was. Okay. My bad. All right. That was patent leather Jordan right there with the what was it? The Breads.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But all right, man. let's go ahead and get to the Glow Yard. Where you at, Glow Yard? There you are. All right. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. King is going to put the link here in the comments section. Matter of fact, let me pin that link up top here. Let me see. Here we go. So let me go ahead and pin that link real quick for you guys. So you'll already have it in here. Of course, I'm trying to.
I think it's posted.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It won't let me. Okay, somebody put a comment in here real quick.
Can I
just put a random comment? Nah, I gotta do it.
Okay. Somebody just write something.
Somebody just write something.
Just write. Type Y for yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, cause this little emoji thing's in the way here. All right, man. Let's see. Before we let them up, man, let me go ahead and tell y'all how this goes down. Listen, if you guys are joining us here on the screen, guys, please, I cannot stress this enough. Please, please, please. I know I say this a lot to the point it might get annoying, but y'all don't understand how important that is. Please make sure your audio is clear, y'all. A lot of times there's a lot of choppiness. It's we can barely hear you. A lot of noise in the background, whatever it is, guys. So please make sure your audio is clear. Like, I know a lot of times stuff be echoing and stuff like that. So kind of make sure that you're near whatever device that you're on so we can hear you clearly and it won't echo or whatever the case is. Also, too, make sure there's no noise in the background because that stuff, it does pick that stuff up, y'all. It does pick it up. So please, no noise in the background, no fans, no dishwashers, no TVs, none of that stuff in the background while we're trying to do a podcast, y'all. We're on a podcast. We definitely try to keep it professional and clean on the show. So, and also, too, if any super chats come in, we address the super chats first. So if a super chat come in, we ask you guys kind of keep your eye on the screen too, y'all. So if you see a super chat pops up, that means we got to stop and address the super chat. All right. Because a lot of times y'all talk over while I'm trying to read the super chat. So keep your eye on the screen too. So those three things are all we ask y'all to do. Other than that, we just come on as we talk Dallas Mavericks. But we do have one super chat here so far. Coy, the MVP of the channel with the $4.99 dono. It said, much love, guys. I'm at work, but I'm here. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coy. Appreciate you, man. And let me while we getting the people on here, King, I got some tidbits for the schedule that I kind of saved here. So it says here, shout out to Hero on this one, man. He talked about the new ownership in the league isn't a fan of the Mavs organization. He says we start season 2 days after the NBA tips off. I think you talked about that. Which, to be honest with you, I don't care about that stuff, bro. I don't care. Let's just play. I don't care exactly when it starts. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as they don't do nothing crazy or nothing start us at 9 o'clock in the morning or something, I'm fine with that.
It's the respect thing, though. I think you're talking about.
Wait, no, like I said, he's not the only one. You said this too. I understand. I understand, bro. I don't care.
I don't care either. We just
as long as I get. Yeah, I got you. Let's see what he said. He said then we gave us, check this out. He said it gave us 7 games in the first 12 days.
Yeah.
7 games in the first 12 days, which means we have 2 back-to-backs within those 7 games. So we're already starting off with the back-to-backs.
So let me ask you this before we get everybody on there. How the season, if you had to have it, okay, go ahead.
This is gonna trip you out too. So in the first 4 games will be played in 6 days. That's a home away.
That's because we started 2 days late. But my question to you, if you had to choose, which part of your schedule was more difficult? Would you choose the beginning part or the second?
Yep. I want the beginning.
Okay,
so the second half. Yeah, get it out the way now. Yeah,
that's why I'm saying. I'm like, bro, I want to. You're fresh. You feel me? Like, I'm not. I know. Shout out to Hero, and it is kind of. I understand the disrespect part of it and all, but we fresh. Like, if ever you want to back to back, is at the beginning of the season.
Yep, get all that out the way early,
get all the back to backs and out. Get it done now. Get those, like 70 games and. Whatever.
And all of that gets you ready for, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gets your chemistry, gets your Your rotations, kid can find out what he like, what he don't like, all that stuff. Get it, let you go through that early, and then when the back end of the season comes up, and you flowing like we did last year. We were flowing right into the playoffs, and then we led us to the finals. So,
and usually also you catch teams off guard at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
So I'm fine with that. 7 and 11 at the beginning of the season. Let's get it out the way now. I'm good.
Yeah, that way we gotta see no back-to-back towards the end of the season.
And we can watch a lot of Maverick basketball on TV with the glow yard.
Facts. So nationally televised games for the 2024 NBA season. Mm-hmm. So it's covered by ESPN, TNT, ABC. I don't know why people count NBA TV, bro. But
they count NBA TV as one of those two? I thought, okay, I need to relook the numbers then.
So check this out. LA's, of course, leading the league.
Mm-hmm. As it should.
39. Mm-hmm. Golden State has 36. Boston 34. New York 34. Mm-hmm. Dallas at 5 has 30. Tied with Phoenix for 30.
I ain't gonna say nothing to y'all though.
Denver 29. Milwaukee 27. Philly 27. Minnesota 25. OKC 25. The Clippers 21. San Antonio. That's the Spurs. They from San Antonio. They was not, whatever. They got 21. Memphis 17. Cleveland 16. Indy 14. Miami 13. New Orleans 13. Sacramento 12.
Jeez, New Orleans. Shout out to JP.
Damn. Yeah. Houston 11. Orlando 9. Atlanta 8.
Whoa,
Charlotte 7. Yeah. Brooklyn 5. And let's see. Chicago 5, Washington 5, Detroit 4, Portland 4, Toronto 4. So listen, I think with a lot of these teams, like say for example, sorry, Damon, Atlanta having 8, half of those might be NBA TV.
NBA, that's what I'm thinking, because they probably play on MLK Day, right?
Nope.
They don't this year? They didn't get the MLK
Nope.
Day? I heard I ain't see the video. He said, "Do we deserve it?" And all. I'm like, did they took it away? Is that what he said?
As I was matter of fact, they were on what were they? Oh no, they were on the Spaces. I was listening to it while I was at work. And I'm listening to them when they were talking about the fact they don't have an MLK Day, because they said something about, I think Memphis took their spot or something. And as they was looking, I was scrolling through Twitter, and somebody had posted I think somebody in their group, and that Spaces posted it. And it was I don't remember the teams, but yeah, Atlanta's not on it this year. I mean, normally Atlanta had that 12 o'clock game. It's kind of like like the Thanksgiving with Dallas and Detroit always have a Thanksgiving game. Yeah. It was kind of like that with Atlanta. Atlanta always having that MLK game.
You said the Lakers have 36.
No, they got 39.
39. So we are 9 behind the Lakers, the number 1 team.
Yeah.
And we 4 behind like New York and all them.
Yeah.
And 1 above
New York and Boston.
And 1 above the Denver Nuggets, and tied with the Phoenix Suns, correct?
Yeah.
Sounds right to me. I'm fine with that.
I ain't mad at it. You know how I feel about national televised games.
Yeah, I know you don't like them, but it is about I'm just saying, as far as the respect and
exposure and all that.
Yeah, exposure is just like, to have that. We got the same amount of games as Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. So that's fine. We got more games than the 3-time MVP. More games than the former champion and 2-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year with Dame time. I'm okay. Like, the only teams that are bigger markets, really. You feel me? That got the games above us. And shout out to, like I said before, about when I keep giving the example of Steph Curry and how he changed Golden State. Golden State might be a losing team this year. They got how many games you said?
Sure, that's gonna be interesting. 36. How many games? How many of those games that they gonna flex?
None. They're gonna play.
You don't think so?
No, as long as Steph Curry playing, they're gonna play every game, because Steph Curry is so popular. Why would you take him off of TV? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if he's winning or losing. It's like the Lakers. The Lakers are for sure gonna be a winning organization this year. For sure, going to be like a dominant organization. We've seen what happened. They got a new coach and all that. It's just about exposure. Is about seeing what's going to happen with JJ Redick and all that in the team. Like, that's money either way. So they're a big market. Shout out to Steph Curry for changing that market. And like I said, I think at some point he is continuing to change this market. Like, we keep moving on up. I hope this year he wins the MVP though. The year I'm not worried about it. So that's what I told. I'm going through this year just where I'm at a championship, and what will be will be. Que sera, sera. It is what it is.
I agree, bro. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get the members up here, man.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and get Richard up here. What up, Richard? What's on your Massey Cleaver starting at the center position mind out here, man?
What's up, guys? How's the mic? Am I too loud, too low?
You're awesome.
No, you good. You good, man.
Only thing I'm really worried about with the schedule, y'all, is the daytime games. Was talking about it with TGK and Sticks last night. To act like we got 9 or 10 of them. I'm a little concerned about that. I don't like our odds on daytime games, but other than that, I'm pretty cool with it. Yeah, more interested in rotations and lineups. So I'll sit out and let y'all discuss the schedule and stuff.
Oh, you good, Richard. We always like your input. But is it wrong that I like when we have things that are, I guess, normally against us, like in front of us? So like the day games, I want to get over that. I want to at some point, like everything we have is a weakness. I hate like our weaknesses that we can sit back and point to and know for a fact that we're going to lose because of that. So I want to hopefully get over that, Richard. Not saying I understand your question.
The way I see it, King, our team only has really 2 weaknesses that are serious. One's in the head, which is the daytime games, and I don't need to mention the other one. But both of those are still weaknesses, and like you said, at some point we've got to address them and get over it and move on.
I'm hoping Clay helps with that too, because Clay, people forget. I don't feel like people are really acknowledging Clay's like championship pedigree as much as they should. Like I feel like they give Markieff Morris and they gave Kyrie Irving even more like recognition for their pedigree than they do for Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson is a 4-time champion. You feel me? Like nobody talks about it. Like Klay Thompson's coming over there. He's a champion, a multiple-time champion. So I'm hoping he rubs off as well, Pause.
I
All right.
hope so.
All right, man. Let's get Larry up here, man. Larry, man, what's on your? I wish Mark Cuban had stayed mind out here, man.
Hey, I don't have a problem with good old Marky Mark. As long as he don't do nothing too crazy at times, it's cool with me. I respect him for what he did for my team. Honestly, I did my same things as I did last year. I got a prediction on the first 20.
Yeah,
26
we'll get to that.
games.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Larry.
But outside of that, yeah, I'm gonna be quick. But I might be in and out because I'm gonna be driving right now. I gotta go to Louisville. So
you said in and
I'm
out.
gonna be mute most of the time. Yeah, no, in and out is nasty.
Yeah. Oh man, I agree. I ain't gonna lie to you.
In and out, I've never been to In and Out. I've been to Jack in the Box.
King, you've done well by yourself. You prolonged your life at least 5 years.
I've been to Fat Burger.
How you get so lucky?
I've been to Fat Burger. I've never been to In and Out though. I've never been to Whataburger either. Though. I told you Queen. I took Queen and she didn't like it, but I haven't had y'all burgers yet.
Yeah, In and Out, Fat Burger better than In and Out. So no, not our bro. That's California. They came out here with this.
No, I'm talking about Whataburger. I said I haven't been to Whataburger either. I took Queen.
If y'all had a cane, I went to Whataburger probably like 10 years ago, probably a little bit longer, maybe about 10 years ago, it would have been better. Ever since they kind of went all franchisey and started expanding into other states.
Like everything else.
Yep. And they turned
trash. Now the only thing I get from Whataburger is the patty melt. They haven't messed up the patty melt yet.
Yeah, they hanging in with the patty melt. But
y'all got good fries?
They all right to me.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I put them in of all fries I've ever eaten, they're top 10, but people look at me weird. I think top 10 fries, yeah.
Okay.
But
if you don't eat them hot though, you don't eat them hot, they bad, bro.
That's very nice fries though, bro. You eat McDonald's fries cold.
But reason why I said that because like Whataburger's fries get cold really, really fast for some odd reason. I don't know why.
They got crinkle.
It's like they're thin. No, they're thin. They're not thin, but they're thin.
So shoestring.
No, not shoestring. They're like McDonald's fries.
McDonald's, okay.
They're a little bit smaller than McDonald's fries. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But all I can say is Whataburger's got a lot of good things, and they do. Their fries aren't one of them. Sorry.
Yeah, because every time if we would go to Whataburger and like I said I get my wife something or whatever, and then like I would hurry eat my fries before I got home because like they not that good when they're cold. And it's like they get like real like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a burger with anything you want on it, from cheese, onions, jalapenos. I mean, you can get a burger that you need a shovel to eat the thing with.
Yep.
You know, and they got really good things. They're a little expensive, but yeah, their taters aren't.
In-N-Out was trash though. Y'all saying In-N-Out was trash? I never did. But Fat Burger was good. I went into the Fat Burger challenge and won.
Yeah, Fat Burger pretty good.
Put myself on the board over at if y'all ever get out to Death Valley, I should be on the board over there. Well, I won the challenge.
But check this out, man. We got Johnny B in the building, man. Johnny, man, what's on your revenge season mind out here, man?
Oh man, my revenge.
Hold on. Before you go, Johnny B sending me messages and all of Tim Hardaway Jr. in the lab. Why he didn't do that when he was over here?
He did do that when he was over here. You forgot.
Why we didn't see the videos?
I don't know, because we were too busy showing Luca.
Oh, all right.
What? It's saying. Watch Tim come back and drop 30.
I told
Tim gonna come back and drop a 30 ball. Watch.
Will drop 30 against us. I expect him to do that, but he's gonna lose. I'm fine with.
Oh yeah, nah. We gonna mop the floor with him. Don't get me wrong, but he gonna come get his though. That's all I'm saying.
He gonna have another game where he gonna try to outdo Clay, and Clay gonna outdo him.
I mean, yeah, of course. I think
if he don't show up over there though, Johnny. If he don't show up over there, man, that might be his last stint on the team, bro.
Yeah. It might be. It definitely might be his. But I mean, he can shoot. It's always gonna be a job for somebody who can shoot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody will pick him up. He won't get a big contract again.
The idea of him being a shooter, he'll always.
You think he'll be gutted for Clay when he comes play us, or you think he'll be gutted for Hardy?
He going gun for Clay?
Nah, Clay.
I think he'll gun for Clay because I think he feel like.
Hardy may not get the time. Clay is the one that took his money. That took basically his money, came over here and said, "I can do the job that y'all didn't agree that he could do because y'all wasn't playing him in the playoffs."
I think they're gonna have a shootout, man. I really do. I feel like Clay gonna take the challenge as well because Clay gonna see it because Tim do be barking. You know, he get it from his dad.
And Clay,
his dad was one of the ones, so he do be barking a little bit. So it'll be good to see.
I want Clay to put up them 5 fingers at the end of the year. That's all I want.
So listen, Clay win 5 before Curry get 5. Is we having a different conversation?
No.
Ooh.
No, we not.
Johnny trying to start something.
We not because
I'm just asking a question. Is we having a different conversation?
Johnny B, we not.
Who the greatest shooter is we having a different conversation?
We are not because I'm not overrating Steph Curry. Now the greatest shooter conversation, no, we're not having that either. He's not the greatest shooter over Steph based off of winning another championship.
But I'm just saying, so let's say Clay win 1 or 2 more, Steph don't win no more. Is it gonna be proof that Steph can't win without him?
Yes, it is going to hurt Steph. It's going to put Steph. People going to stop trying to throw him in the top 10 where he's not.
I never thought he was anyway, but still,
there's nobody in the top 10 I'm taking out for Steph Curry. And I love what Steph has done for the game. I love what the chain. There's nobody.
Listen, bro, you know why they doing that, bro? Because now all of a sudden, folks saying that it's definitive that LeBron is better than Jordan now, bro, because of what he did in the Olympics. I'm like, y'all got to calm down, bro.
LeBron was better than him regardless before the Olympics. But anywho.
I mean, y'all remember what I said before the Olympics even started and everybody was destroying me, right? Saying this is one of the best.
They were going to win the gold?
Saying this is one of the best.
So you said Josh Green was going to win gold?
And then they were going to, I ain't saying no Josh Green was going to win gold. You said that. But saying they were going to win gold, they one of the best teams of all time. Like, stop playing with this lineup. No, they're too old and all that. I'm like, they playing the Olympics. What is wrong with y'all? Now I'm worried about the 2028 Olympics right now. But
listen, this is the last gold medal for the U.S. for a little while.
We got to see.
So
we don't. I can't
in LA.
I can't say that. I can't say it, Johnny B, because the only reason I cannot say that is because it just happened and you got 4 years. I can't see 4 years out. We might get a dude in the draft that's like an American that's ready to be a superstar the first year or something like that. You feel me? Like,
bro, listen, 4 years. 4 years take away Steph, LeBron, and KD. Without Steph, LeBron, and KD, we don't win the gold this year.
Joker.
Well, hell,
Joker,
they already
Joker.
said Cooper Flag's better than Larry Bird. So hell, we ought to have it.
People saying wild stuff about Cooper Flag. No, people haven't said wild stuff about Cooper Flag. They've been saying wild stuff, and I'm like, y'all gonna pump that dude up to be something.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, that's
they gonna go at him like they went at Alonzo Ball.
But he ain't. I think so. In the 4 years though, Giannis and them gonna be like in their 30s, right? Like 32 and all that, right? 30, 32, 33 and all that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going for sure say that. But right now, looking at it, if I'm looking at it right now and saying in 4 years, I think the U.S. going to have trouble next time. But I got to see. Because you never know. Anthony Edwards might be that dude in 4 years. You feel me? Like, he might be nice as hell like they're trying to say.
But if he don't go from where he is to where, like, at the end of the day, like, these dudes is athletic and all, but they so for self. Like, you need these veterans to, you know what I mean, to calm the game down. Like, Edwards, and when they start losing, they start playing hero ball.
But that might be what this year does, though, Johnny B. That's all I'm saying. Like, you haven't seen them after the Olympics now. That's what a lot of Olympics and games like this help young players out to understand. Like, remember, LeBron and them lost in 06. Or whatever, back when Tim Duncan and them was and Allen Iverson and them was running and Richard Jefferson.
Hey, King. Hey, you know who never lost in the Olympics?
Michael Jordan.
Did you know Jordan was undefeated in all the championship games they played in?
Michael Jordan
he never lost a championship game ever. No matter where he was at.
Never lost.
Yeah.
Never. And I ain't even like a Jordan super fan boy or whatever, where you like, oh my goodness, there's no way anybody else can be better than anything Jordan has ever done. But Jordan, that is the truth. He has never lost a championship game ever.
Neither has Robert Horry.
I mean, yeah, but there's different levels of this, man. We know what
Hey, it is what it is.
Robert Horry never led a team to a championship, though.
I mean, that's debatable.
No damn debatable.
It is what it is.
Let me see.
So first 10 games, Larry, what we doing?
Hold on, I'm about to get to all that, y'all. Hold on, let me get this schedule. I was trying to wait for more people to come on, but y'all know we press for time out here. So this is what we're gonna do. So I got it broken down into the months. So we're gonna go through each month. I know how y'all like to do it. Larry said he got the first 25 or something like that. We're gonna do the first 20. So we're gonna do the first 20 because y'all know that's how y'all favorite coach like to do it. So let's see. So we're gonna start with October here. So this is the October schedule. But you know what I never understood? Why didn't we just start the season and just go ahead and start in November?
If we don't win 4 out of these 5 games, is a failure.
I won't say that.
Okay, hold on.
Relle, to answer your question real quick, the closer you get to November, December, you get into football season.
Yep.
You gotta hit them in. You gotta hit at the end of October, where the only thing people really care about is Halloween and maybe college football.
Ain't football touching Christmas this year?
I think so. Yes, I think they did it last year. So yeah,
y'all think NBA,
attention.
You think the NBA can outdo
football right now?
You think the NBA can outdo football on Christmas?
I think it did last year.
Did they do Christmas last year? Football did it?
Yeah, I think it did last year.
Okay.
Depends on what the games are, but yeah, it could happen.
All you need is Pat Mahomes.
So y'all listen. They starting us right out the gate right now, y'all. San Antonio, Phoenix, Utah, Minnesota, and Houston. So I'm gonna go down the line here. All right. We're gonna start with Richard. Richard, what do you see the record being right here in December? I mean in October.
Well, I might be going cautious, but I can see 3-2 for sure.
Okay. Larry, what you got?
I got 4-1 with a P. I started doing P's this year.
So you doing 3, 1 and P, or you doing 4 and a P?
3-1 and P.
Okay.
What's
It's
so which one's the
maybe
P?
Oh, we get to that later
The
on.
P-
Hold on, not yet, Larry. Let's just everybody just get there, and then we can break.
I was gonna say the P. Like what? That mean you mean probably?
Possible. It's like
possible.
You don't play spades?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, okay. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't play spades.
like, man, I
Oh,
got
my
3 and P.
goodness.
3 and P, man. I don't know.
Get out of here.
So Johnny, what you got, man?
You know what? Now, after further observation, I think I'm gonna go with y'all a 3 and a P because I don't know, something about that Houston game. I don't know. It's something about it. My spider sense is telling me something. Like I got us beating San Antonio. Phoenix is a maybe. I got us beating Utah and Minnesota, but it's the Phoenix and the Houston games is what kind of got me a little second guessing. So I'm gonna do 3 and a possible.
3-1 and a possible, right?
Yeah, 3-1 and a possible. Yeah.
Okay. What you got, Glenn?
I got 3-1 and a possible. Same thing. I think San Antonio we got. I think Phoenix, I think we own. I think we're in their headspace. Utah, we got. Minnesota, we don't do the best on nationally televised games. And I think Minnesota's going to have an axe to grind, so I think they may get us. And Houston, we got.
Okay. What you got, Nancy?
I don't know. I'm going to say 4. I think I could see us winning 4. I do believe Houston's going to be a little salty after we beat them the way we did in that last game and knocked them out. Minnesota can be iffy, but if we come and we're the team we think we are this year, I'm hoping we come out of the gate a lot stronger and are winning. I'm a little, March to me is a little crazy. There's some back-to-back games in there and some pretty tough teams in there. I know the beginning of the season can be a little iffy, but I'm hoping we come out of the games feeling like we are going to win this year and start from the first.
All right, let's get to November here.
Damn, I can't get
Hold up, Relle. I want to speak on something real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
I think y'all sleeping on someone. Y'all sleeping on Victor. Victor gonna have an axe to grind.
No, Larry, I'm not sleeping on him.
That's where my P is.
We're not sleeping on them. I don't think they're gonna win though.
I ain't giving my opinion.
It's the rest of the team that ain't there, Larry. I mean, Victor's there, and you might have one other player there. The rest of the team, I just don't think they're there.
So DeJounte Murray is going to want to prove something.
DeJounte Murray don't play for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Who they picked up? No, they picked up a point guard.
No, they picked up Chris Paul.
They got Chris Paul.
They got Juan Nunez too, but
they got Harrison Barnes. And they got Harrison Barnes.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they're going to come out looking a whole lot better this year. And that's what's going to make me nervous.
Do too.
I've already said. So here's my opinion. I think we could go 5-0, right? Like that's my dream. If we go 5-0 and we out the gate, we really want a revenge season. Like I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go. Jason Kidd got the guys right. I could see 4-1 based off of talent. Like I think there's only like one. I'm worried about the Utah Minnesota game. Really, like back to back going those. I think one of them might catch us. Like that's how I feel. That San Antonio Phoenix one bothers me a little bit as well. Like I could see us losing the first game on TV just for this hype Wemby first game season. Like, and Chris Paul is going to look fresh. He's going to be fresh the first game of the season. They got Harrison Barnes. They got pieces. They got Greg Popovich. Like, so 3-2 is at the beginning with this little stretch is the lowest I could take. Pause as far as like if Kid goes with 3-2, I'm like, all right, I understand. We start the season 3-2, we go, but nothing lower than that though.
Well, my 3-2 is factoring in that I think Kid's going to be tinkering.
That's my.
I mean, yeah, we could go 5-0, but I just don't see Kid doing that. I think he's going to strike on at least one of them games.
I don't think he'll tinker.
Can I say something?
I don't think it's going to be the first game he'll tinker on because this is the thing. You're going to know your starting 5. His rotation might be weird. I'm not going to speak on the rotation. Y'all probably right on the rotation. It's just, I got
I'm
Harrison
thinking,
Barnes.
Larry.
Still
I'm
got it.
thinking that we might lose Utah and Houston because of Kid tinkering with the lineup. I expect us to beat San Antonio, Phoenix, and Minnesota.
We're too good of a team, healthy, to worry about Utah. If we're healthy, I don't care about Utah.
I want to get Nancy in there, but Larry, I think he might. So let me ask you a question. The first game of the season 2 years ago, and I know we on that Christian Wood train again. We always get back to this. Do you feel like he should have kept Christian Wood in the game, the first game of the season?
Is this the only time we're talking about him?
Yes, the only time we're talking about him.
Okay, cool. I believe he should have kept rolling with Christian Woods. Yes.
I think that's what Richard is kind of talking about.
I throw away that whole year. I've told you multiple times.
Okay,
I throw that whole year away for everybody. I think that year was a trash year, and everybody knew that year was good. I think I even came in and said that year was supposed to be a trash year.
Okay, so
that
if you think it doesn't matter, then okay.
Yeah.
Nancy, I know you wanted to talk, Nancy.
Yeah. So my thing is, I want the players to come in this year with a whole different mindset of we're going to win, irrelevant to whatever Jason Kidd does. So them to have the mindset of we're going to win this championship this year. Because when you look at last year, when Luka and Kyrie's attitude was different after they made them sit out, and they didn't even make the playoffs. You got two superstars that don't ever not want to play and don't ever not want to make the playoffs because it's a reflection of them as the superstars. So just the way we kind of lost to Boston this year is,
I think we lost Nancy. Corey with the $4.99 don't know. He says, I never met a black man not ever play spades. I have played spades. I'm white as they come.
Can I answer that for you, Relle?
Look at. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead.
That means that Mr. Relle, unlike the rest of us scumbags on here, had never been in jail.
No, it ain't just jail.
Some shit.
What you mean?
Play spades in the military.
I played spades with my mom, my aunt, all that, man, growing up. Like, it ain't just that, but I mean, if he'd have been to jail, he didn't know how to play spades too. You're right about that.
Because
guys, I didn't say that, Corey. You talked to your fellow white man on that one. But
Nancy, you were fading out. That's why we.
Oh yeah, because what happens is my screen closed, and I didn't realize when that closes, you can't hear me anymore. So yeah, what I was saying is I want to see the players. Forget J Kidd because we know he's going to do what he's going to do. But we keep talking about we're 11, 12 deep, and I believe in the team to build the same sort of chemistry they had last year, even with the new pieces, because it was so much of what made us so good last year, is our chemistry. And if we're that deep, then it shouldn't matter even if we got some weird and crazy rotations going on. And if the guys believe they can win. If you remember when halfway through the season, they got here, Kyrie and Morris, they were saying the one thing that they couldn't understand was the team didn't believe they could win. It is part of the players believing they can win.
I agree. We definitely got to move on, y'all. We already almost to an hour. Yeah. Freezy, what you got, man? What's up, Freezy?
Freezy.
Hey, salute everybody. I ain't got nothing, man. I just came up here to kick it, man. I ain't throwing no coals in the fire, man. I just want to come up here, man, and just chill out with y'all, man. If that's cool.
Hey, Freezy.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, and King said he want that smoke with Coach, bro.
I was back on the show. I told Coach.
Coach is on site, bro. Anytime,
Whatever,
Coach
man. You know what it is. Nah, Coach cool though. We had our conversation. He broke it down to me in the comments when we talking. But there's no way I'm choosing Randle over Kyrie though.
No, sir.
Bro. Y'all wilding, bro.
You wilding. Freezy.
Oh, y'all wilding, bro.
You wilding, Freezy. Go ahead.
Oh. we legit, y'all would take Kyrie over Julius Randle
all day.
Yes. Freezy, I'm gonna say something that might start an argument. I just got this one question for you. Who shows up in the playoffs?
Really? Is that the question?
That
is the question.
To be or not to be.
Okay.
Because I remember them times where Jalen Brunson literally had to drag a bag of laundry and try to get him to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking the comparison with Julius Randle is more Maxi Kleber.
I'm not, Freezy. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, Freezy. That's not. He doesn't speak for all of us. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that.
Go left Randle for $35 million. Come on, no sir.
Yeah. So the thing is first of all, when we talk about the debate or the comparison, we're not talking about that one player or the other is not a great player, right? We just want to just establish that, like myself.
Right.
Oh no, they'll both school me.
Yeah, we definitely believe Kyrie Irving is a Hall of Famer, right? So that's not even a part of the. But the thing is Julius Randle has done more with less. More than more stars in the league. The years that Kyrie Irving is on a team, bro, y'all wasn't saying this when Kyrie Irving was a Brooklyn Net out there on the floor by himself, right?
Yeah, because I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about in terms of
in general. Gotcha.
Yeah,
no. Freezy. And when he was on the Brooklyn Nets, I'd have still chosen him over Julius Randle.
No, not the Brooklyn Nets per se. I'm talking about when Harden and
you talking about that
Durant
first year
were not there.
Yeah. You say I'm not saying so. Kyrie is a number 2. I agree with that. He should not be a number 1. I'm just saying that even Julius Randle number 2, I believe in Kyrie more than Julius Randle at a 1 or 2.
Right, because we're in a guard-driven league right now.
I mean, either way. I mean, it's not
Julius
really
Randle's
because
scoring is shaky.
No,
that's the problem with Julius Randle.
But we're not in a guard.
Randle could accept being a third. He would be amazing. But
we're not in the guard-driven league, though. We're not in the guard-driven league anymore. If that was the case, Luka would have MVPs.
Yeah, but y'all two best players are guards, right?
That's on our team, yeah, but it doesn't. Every other, like Joker, Giannis, all those guys can talk about Embiid. They big men. They even want Anthony Davis to be a top 5 guy. He's a big guy.
It's wing driven, Freezy. Wing driven.
You got to have skills, but skills at height. Wemby. They're talking about Wemby now. Big guy.
I mean,
Wemby got 21 national TV televised games.
Julius also has to have somebody get him and initiate his offense.
Julius tries to initiate the offense, Glenn. That's my issue with him.
Look, he's great. I mean, but we're talking about a Hall of Fame type of talent versus a really, really good basketball player. And I get Julius Randle, he has the age advantage, but he doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the playoff medal, and he can't create his own shot the way Kyrie can. He also can't get other people involved the way Kyrie can.
Right.
So,
to that point, though, how many people in the league can create their own shot like Kyrie Irving? I mean, let's be fair to the conversation. Now I think we just
that's why we should. That's why we feel like we shouldn't be comparing.
Like how many people in the NBA can create for others like Kyrie Irving?
But that's why I felt like Coach shouldn't have been comparing them. That's literally the point.
That's the only reason why we're comparing them, because the comment was made, you would really take Kyrie over Randle, and the answer is yes because of these things, but it's not diminishing what the great things that Randle does.
I mean, just look at the last game that Kyrie played in against the New York Knicks. You guys were on a winning streak. You had Brunson, you had Randle, you had OG. Luka was out. It was Kyrie, Hardaway, and the rest of the team, and we still beat you.
Yeah.
Whoa! Hold on, Nancy. We don't speak on that last guy name you mentioned. We don't speak on that guy.
Well,
that's a great point.
And but to what Nancy just said, in that pecking order, is Randle even a number 3? I mean, with the players that you got on there. I mean, Randle might even be your 4th option.
Nah, he not the 4th option.
Yeah, we got to relax because Julius Randle's resume is deeper than the rest of.
Is he better than Mikal? Is he better than Mikal Bridges?
Yes. And it's not my opinion. It's what the NBA says. Mikal Bridges is not a
he is.
He's not 2-time All NBA. He's none of that stuff. OG Anunoby is not either. Right? In theory, for Julius Randle, you would have to trade OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and picks for Randle because of what their resumes say.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, if that would be like y'all saying right now that a trade package for Luka, say to Charlotte, would not be Charlotte's whole roster and all of their first round picks to infinity for Luka, and we'd be like, nah, we can't do that. Right,
but Freezy is context, because like right now, guys can be Ben Simmons has a resume as good as Julius Randle's is about, if not better. That don't mean that he got to get traded for. Yeah, like same thing with Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns' resume, I'd rather have Cat than Julius Randle.
All right,
I don't want Cat contract, and I'm not going to trade anybody for him because that's to me he's not that. Just because you get the numbers, like the years that 1 year Julius Randle got only be third team, I felt like it should have been Jalen Brunson's.
So let me ask: if we swapped Randle for Kyrie, if we swapped,
you laughing at that, Freezy, saying the year that Jalen Brunson was dropping 45s and on took out of the playoffs and needed help, that should have been Julius Randle year over him. He was the better player.
I'm confused to why I don't. Okay,
that first year with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, where Julius Randle got the All-Star game and got the All-NBA selection. Jalen Brunson should have got that instead of Julius Randle. He was the better player.
And I mean, Freezy, hold on, just say don't take it wrong. Nobody up here is saying that the Knicks aren't a good team. We think y'all are going to be a good team. Y'all are going to be a good team. Let's be clear about that. We just disagree on the value of Randle. That's the only thing.
If we swapped Irving for Randle, would we be a better or worse team?
Worse.
Not because Randle's not talented. It just creates a big ass hole that is easier to fill without Randle versus without Kyrie.
We would need Randle to be PJ Washington, just a little bit better for us. That's the role he fits for us.
Yeah, y'all. I think y'all view Randle.
Hey, hold on, pause. I want to answer that question you just asked. If you talking about the Knicks right now, if y'all swap Julius Randle with Kyrie Irving, would y'all be a better or worse team?
No, the Mavericks. If the Mavericks swapped, who would be a better?
Yeah, the Knicks would be a worse team.
I think the
Knicks would be a better
team too. I think the
Knicks would be a better team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all want Donovan
Mitchell,
Mitchell,
a way better team.
If y'all want Donovan Mitchell, you go get Kyrie Irving instead of Julius Randle. Yeah, that'll work with the team y'all got around him. Y'all got a bunch of
and I know y'all be better in the playoffs, Freezy.
No, but listen, I'm not saying that Kyrie is a bad player. I'm talking about the way the team is constructed. Like, do we really need another 6'2" ball dominant guard on the floor with Jalen Brunson? And are we really going to move OG Anunoby to the 4?
Kyrie's not ball dominant, and y'all wanted Donovan Mitchell.
No, we need it, bro. In that case where you take Randle off the floor, you need another guard. That you need that other type of facilitator, dog. I'm not saying that he's thirsty. I'm saying, okay.
How tall is Mitchell?
I think you would move. I think you would honestly move Mikal Bridges to the 4. OG would stay at the 3, and then your 2 main guards will run your offense. Amazing.
I think the opposite. I think OG be the 4, and Mikal Bridges would be the 3.
Yeah,
and then they just run them other 2.
You're in a perfect situation where you have 2 defensive guys who can play either position, swap.
You know what?
Don't forget Josh Hart either.
Larry,
I know he's 6'5".
Hold on. Wouldn't they be like the Mavericks?
Huh?
No.
Wouldn't they be like the Dallas Mavericks?
I agree. No, King, I agree.
If they had Kyrie Irving, wouldn't they be like the Dallas Mavericks?
No.
Yeah, y'all would.
If you swapping them, there'd be a Family Dollar brand Dallas Mavericks, because Jalen Brunson does not equal Luka.
They'll be different. They'll be different because I don't think their backcourt would be as good if it was Luka and Kyrie, but I think their 2 forwards are better than our 2 forwards.
I agree. And I think y'all center position is better than ours.
Yes, our center position is better. Yes.
But I think what King was saying though, he's not saying exactly. He's saying pretty much in that same vein, right? Yeah. You got Jalen Brunson, Kyrie, and then you had your 2 forward. We had DJJ, we had PJ. y'all would have OG and y'all would have Mikal, and then y'all got y'all's dominant center in the paint that can police the paint and can play on the perimeter in Mitchell, and then we got Derek Lively or whatever, or Daniel Gafford or whatever. So the makeup and the build would be pretty much similar. We're not saying it's gonna be exactly the same, but and it be the outlook of it'll look pretty much the same.
Now our defense would be the defense part of the equation would be diminished. No disrespect to Kyrie, but we have a hard enough time hiding Jalen Brunson on defense.
Now that I can agree. I can agree. Like you had two under.
That's the part I'm talking. I'm not talking about Kyrie's ability to score. We already know he an all-time great, bro. You're not the number one pick in your draft if you're not, in theory, in most cases, the greatest player in that draft, right? And you're not the Duke University's number one recruit in like 3 years if you're not a great player, right? They legit Coach K stopped recruiting everybody else to recruit Kyrie, and Kyrie only played 11 games at Duke, bro. And they held
you saw that. Oh, you saw that podcast on Freezy. You saw that podcast with your boy.
I'm a Duke basketball fan. I watched it happen.
Oh, okay. Because what's the name talked about that too.
Y'all didn't have this team though, Freezy. That's my own thing. Like I know y'all were hiding JB and all. We were hiding Luka, but then when you get Luka beside Kyrie Irving, then you build the rest of the team to make up for Luka and Kyrie. You guys now have a rest of a team that can make up for your guard positions now. You didn't have OG and Mikal Bridges beside each other to play the win.
You sure did, boy.
Before,
but King, what I'm telling you is if y'all took all y'all role players and traded them for Randle and kept Luka and Kyrie, y'all would have swept Boston. Y'all might be the most dominant team in the NBA right now if y'all had Julius Randle.
But I don't agree with that.
I don't know if I agree, but even if I did, like that's like the Kevin Durant argument.
Y'all won't give up. Y'all want you telling me
that's the Kevin Durant.
Y'all wouldn't give up Quentin Grimes and Najee Marshall and y'all other role players for
That's the Kevin Durant argument you're putting up right now. If Kevin Durant, if you took other people and put them in the role they needed for Kevin Durant, they could have done that. I got you. We can put Julius Randle. If you're saying we just taking away role players and trading them for Julius Randle, that's an all-star guy. We can take other guys. I'd rather get a different contract or something like that, or a different player if we're just filling that role. Then
no, I don't think I would give up Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes for him.
I wouldn't. Freezy. I'm telling you, I from the outside looking in, y'all biggest issue has been between Tibbs and Julius Randle. Now, y'all, I feel like y'all go back and forth between the Knicks fandom as far as who y'all like, who y'all don't like, and what y'all stand behind. But the biggest issue that's been the question mark for y'all is y'all coach and how he coaches, and y'all guy that keep playing like a number one that probably ain't that dude.
You know, it's funny. The whole big three superstar phase has kind of passed and gone, like leveraging everything you have for big three, because I think it's been proven that big three is cool, but if you have no role players, those three people can be out schemed. And so Randle on paper and in 2K25 would be great to have Kyrie, but then what happens to the rebound problem? What happens to the defense problem? What happens to
the ball stops every time it gets to him?
Like we can't field an actual functional basketball team because we have two ball creators and we have a third one who tries to do it in the post, but we have no one else doing anything else if we had Randle, Kyrie, and Luka.
Randle's two ball dominant. That's the issue. It ain't even like Randle is two ball dominant, and that's
wait. Hey, King, do you know what Julius Randle's assist percentage is?
It don't even matter what his assist percentage. He shouldn't
be
the one.
It does matter, bro.
Freezy. He shouldn't be the one giving the assist. He has the ball in his hand to.
Not ball dominant.
When I watch Julius Randle, he likes to create his own shots a lot of the times.
This is an alternate fact, bro. You
don't feel like Julius Randle creates his own shots? That's not true.
Wait a minute, King. I heard you and Relle for 2 years talking about other guys on y'all team that don't have the ability to do more than one thing, bro. I watch y'all show every time they come on,
and we're asking for those guys to be role players that can do
but when
other
it comes
things.
to Julius Randle doing these things, you're saying the opposite, bro.
No, we're not. We're saying Julius Randle doesn't want to be a role player.
That's what we're saying. He doesn't want to fit a certain role. He wants to be the guy doing.
Yes,
That's
we want. If Julius Randle is doing the role,
we would love for PJ to do that. Right, we love him to do that as a role player, not the guy think he finna come on here and take over the game or take over the team or nothing like that.
So when did you ever hear Julius Randle say he want to take over a team?
I see it. I don't hear it.
Come on, bro.
Freezy, come on now. So we got
we watch Knicks too, Freezy.
Ever say like we don't like you watch the games, you can't see it. Like
they show y'all so much on TV.
Matter of fact, we told you this the first year that Brunson got there. We told you this. We said, yo, you should let Brunson facilitate and be the number one option on the team and let Julius Randle slide back. But y'all were like, no, it's Randle. And then now y'all see that the next year what Brunson is doing. And now everybody's saying, okay, let Brunson do it and let Randle slide back. We were saying this the first year.
But there's context to it. So the context that we were talking about this point was Jalen Brunson had never been the full-time point guard of any team. And we were saying that in any Jalen Brunson for years played beside Luka. He hadn't proven that he could lead his own team yet. But when you gave him the opportunity to prove that he can be that, then people's opinions and perspective change. Once he proved he can do it, then we were okay with it.
As the number 2 beside Luka, when Luka went down, Jalen Brunson in that small time did better than I've ever seen Julius Randle do. And that's not a knock against the Knicks. It's just Julius Randle is known for being like one of the worst playoff performers of all time. It is what it is. Like
well, let me ask you this, King. When you say that worst playoff performance of all time, name the other 6 players that were in that rotation with Julius Randle.
The same players in the rotation with Jalen Brunson when it looked good.
Nah,
when it looked okay.
Nah, when Julius Randle did it against Atlanta, the point guard was Alfred Payton.
Got you, but when
the shooting guard was Reggie Bullock.
Got you. So when the next year when Jalen Brunson was there,
the center rotation was Norvell Bell.
When Jalen Brunson was there that first year, though, if your boy Julius Randle just gave you a decent performance, it could have been marginal to what his regular season numbers were. You guys win.
Well, again, that's an alternative fact, bro. That man was so injured. That man had 2 sprains on one leg. He had
I will agree with him on that.
And a high ankle sprain. He had a bruised tailbone and a sprained wrist.
Every year,
he
gets an excuse. It's like Kristaps Porzingis, man. Like every year, I can't. I've seen it. He's been in the playoffs more than one time.
Well, Freezy, it ain't like we're saying that we're perfect. We've got weaknesses on our team too, but yeah, Julius Randle is one of y'all's weakness. Dude.
He is the. I think the problem the Knicks, y'all need to put. I really think it's a make or break year for Julius Randle. To tell you the truth, I think this is the year where y'all got to figure out where he fits in the pecking order because really y'all don't need him. That's what it's starting to look like. Y'all really can move on and fill a role for him.
Okay, so let me flip the script then, because I could say the same thing about Luka.
No, you couldn't.
Oh yeah, yes I can. Yes I can. Yes I can. Yes I can, because I can say.
We just made it to the finals. Julius Randle can't win a playoff series.
You could say the same thing about Gafford or PJ Washington. You can't compare.
Hold on. Let him talk.
Go ahead. Y'all not hearing, because the thing is every time a fan base talks about another team's player, it goes from a respectful comparison to slander of the opposing team player. And I didn't jump on to like slander y'all guys, right? I was just coming in defending King and Coach for having their own opinions about those 2 guys. It's not the reason why I stepped in. I didn't come in here to slander Kyrie.
You can slander Kyrie. Tim Hardaway Jr. You can slander Kyrie.
I want to hear him do the same thing for Luka. I want to hear him do the same thing.
I'm gonna let him do that, but he can slander. I'm gonna let you know you can slander Kyrie if you call it what it is. Kyrie misses games. We will slander Kyrie for what he does.
But bro, what I'm saying from a basketball perspective, people are going to have their own opinions about guys on other teams, whether it's fair or unfair. Like the Randle stuff I'm hearing right now, to me it sounds like slander, not because of the Dallas Mavericks fan base don't respect Randle. It just sounds as if the media narrative, it sounds like y'all watch ESPN, bro. That's what it sounds like.
Freezy,
right?
I listen to more.
It sounds like y'all are addicted.
Freezy, you're not the only. Hold up, you're not the only person I can get.
Hold on, I gotta.
That's
hold
a
on,
low
Hold on,
blow.
no, bro. He's not the only person I can get Knicks content from. My best friend is a New York Knicks. Shout out to BA that's getting married next week. He does a show and all that stuff. He is a Knicks fan. He doesn't like Julius Randle. It's a separation between the own fan base of the Knicks, between people that like Julius Randle, people that don't, people that like Tibbs, people that don't. You're not the only Knicks fan I've heard.
Hey, how did you like Jason Kidd before this year?
I love Jason Kidd the first year he was here. Ex-Rel. I'm the one that had to sit here. We were going back and forth. That's what the show was. Rel was like, I hate Jason Kidd. I was saying Jason Kidd got the chance right now to be one of the greatest coaches of all time because of the player that he's around.
So you're saying your fan base is split on the head coach?
Yes.
But if the Knicks do it, it's a crime.
No. Who said it's
no?
Freezy. If you said that if you just said something about Jason Kidd, I wouldn't have a problem because it can be the truth. We know about this. It's true. You can't compare. Julius Randle is nowhere. Luka Doncic is the first ballot Hall of Famer right now. Julius Randle is not. I'm not trying to disrespect Julius Randle, but you're doing it by comparing him to Luka Doncic.
No, I did not compare him to Luka.
All right, well, go ahead and say what you're going to say about your Luka.
I did not. I said I'm comparing the argument for both. I'm not saying the players because you already know how I would trade our entire roster for Luka Doncic right now. Rel already know this.
So why would I feel that way about Kyrie, Freezy?
Right. I would, bro. But okay, King. But you're not okay. So you're not gonna listen to me, bro. I'm gonna just go ahead and mute.
Go ahead, Freezy.
What I'm saying to you is this: players are gonna be, fan bases are gonna be polarized based on what they see. Fans live in the moment, bro. So of course, fans are gonna say something about Randle and about Tibbs. Of course, Mavericks fans are going to say something about Jason Kidd when he don't do something right. Of course, they're going to say something about Christian Wood and JaVale McGee and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dwight Powell. Of course they are, bro. We're fans. So when you talk about what somebody says about a fan in that moment, bro, you can't take that as the definition of somebody's entire existence because a fan reacted in the moment.
It's not the moment though. He's my best friend, Freezer. I'm saying your state. It's not the moment. This guy is my best friend. I see him. I talk to him all the time.
I'm talking about
since Carmelo and all of them.
Hey, Freezy, can I ask you a couple
I'm
questions?
not talking about that guy. I don't know that guy. I'm talking about us.
Freezy,
I don't
can I ask you a
know
couple
him.
questions?
I don't know him. It's unfair for me to speak to your best friend. I don't know that man. So I can't have an opinion on what he says. What I'm taking is whatever you say about him, I'm taking that as fact. I'm not judging him. What I'm saying in this conversation, when we say Julius, you wouldn't trade all your role players for Julius Randle, to me sounds like ESPN Homer talk.
I didn't say that though, Freezy. I said for him to play, if he played the role, it's the same Kevin Durant conversation.
Everybody plays a role, bro.
No.
No.
You're not Freezy. You're not hearing me. So Paul,
hold on. Freezy, you just talked about on your show the other day. You talked about Adrian Dantley.
Yeah, I love Adrian Dantley, bro.
He left. They traded him from Detroit because he would not play a role. Now, unfortunately, we had to suffer for that. But he got traded from Detroit because he wouldn't play a role. So now everybody's not going to play a role, man. Like you have roles set aside for people, but a lot of times those folks don't. Not all the time people play those roles, so that's not true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking at the Knicks roster. I'm looking at 3-4 players right now besides Brunson that I would love to have on our team. Yeah, and I mean, Freezy. I mean, we just have a way different opinion on Julius Randle's value, and it ain't got nothing to do with ESPN. I mean, I would be more likely to make a trade for Josh Hart or Mikal Bridges or OG for all of our role players. Yeah, not to mention Brunson. But for Julius Randle, no, I'm not willing to trade all of them.
Not for what he tries to do.
Well, we just went off the rails. We probably not going to have time to get to the schedules.
Sorry about that, man. I didn't mean.
No,
I just came in to hang out, bro.
Oh, no. It was just you, Free. We was getting off the rails before it even started. We just stopped at October. Kareem says the Dallas Mavericks will host their training camp for the upcoming season in Las Vegas at the UNLV October 1st through the 4th. So we won't be getting any fan jams this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, they ain't gonna be a no game.
I don't think so, but yeah. No, look, man, I'm gonna say this. I heard everybody's opinions. This is how I feel. I've said this a million times, Freezy. I think I've told you this. I'm one of those people, man. I try not to be biased when it comes to my teams. I got to be realistic. Like I always use the example of, we clown, the White Powell and all them. But the White Powell come out here and get you a near triple double, man. I got to get to do this props. The dude was out here balling. He was the reason why he won the game, whatever, right? And I think a lot of times with fans, man, I think a lot of them can't be real depending on how they, a certain player or whatever. Like King, I don't know BA like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't met him one time. I'm not saying he's doing this, but has he ever said anything good about Randle when Randle does something good?
Yes. He wanted to be he didn't I was one of the guys that talked to Jalen Brunson about him. They were all, I don't know about the Jalen Brunson. He's a small guard thing and all that stuff. And I hear we want him, but I don't think he the guy and all that stuff. And he was arguing Randle to me about that. Like Randle, I think he got a chance. Give him a chance. He was just hurt and all that kind of stuff. This stuff happens. And then when Jalen Brunson got there, he started talking. I love JB. Him, I got a cousin, Tyrone. Shout out to him. He's a Knicks fan. He followed Carmelo. He was a Carmelo fan that loves Jalen Brunson. We went to the Philadelphia game where Jalen Brunson went off against the Philadelphia 76ers, but we lost that game. And I was telling him about Jalen Brunson and all that. He loves Jalen Brunson now. They've changed their opinion and saying Jalen Brunson my dude now. And the issue now they feel like is I don't know where Julius Randle fits. That's their idea. And I'm not saying it's wrong as far as Freezy's idea. I'm just saying I've heard the opposite side on the fan base. I'm not going to give my opinion on something without listening to multiple people say something. Rel, we watch all kind of fandoms and all that stuff and say stuff. I'm just telling you, Freezy, based off of what I hear from Julius Randle and Tibbs about their play styles and all, like I wouldn't want Julius Randle here because Julius Randle would stop the ball. His play style, the way he likes to play. There's other players as well. It's not just Julius Randle who play style would not fit with the current squad we have right now. So if we traded all of our role players for Julius Randle, he would hurt our team. And I know what Rich is saying because we don't need him to play the role that we're trading all our role players for. He won't play that role.
It is making us sound like we're bashing Freezy's team, and I mean, I think all of us agree. New York, New York's going to be a good team.
Yeah, I'm picking them to make the finals.
Yeah,
I told Freezy that. I said I got Dallas and New York in the finals.
We just doing Kyrie against Randle, and I'm like, that's again where I'm like, I can't. I don't want to. Randle's cool and all, but bro, like, come on, that's Kyrie Irving. That's how I feel. Like the same way, like you're saying, don't knock his resume. Don't knock Kyrie Irving's resume. That's Kyrie Irving. The reason he wasn't a top 10 player last year as far as getting his awards is because of Dwight Powell. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. But I think the thing that we're missing is I've been a Kyrie Irving fan since he went to Duke. I'm a Duke University basketball fan, right?
Right.
So I saw Kyrie come into big time college basketball as a injured freshman and taking over the SEC. I know who Kyrie Irving is. People can't explain to me who he is. I know who Kyrie Irving is. Kyrie Irving wasn't drafted by the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Yes, he was.
Kyrie Irving was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks?
I'm joking, Freezy.
Okay, I was gonna say, guy, but yeah, Kyrie Irving was.
He ain't that stupid, Freezy. Give us some points.
Yeah, no, I got you. But basically, the point that I'm getting at is everybody takes weird. Well, a lot of people take weird roles or weird roads to where they are. Like the Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn when he was making weird statements about certain people and all that stuff is not the Kyrie Irving that's in Dallas today. So if you go by what people say about Kyrie from whenever, right? Or the same thing about Julius, you just can't go by what people say, bro. You got to be in it. And right now, y'all are in Y'all are in it with Kyrie Irving, so y'all see it from a different way. But people on the outside looking in, they may have their own opinions about Kyrie Irving and his person, all these type things. And it's the same thing with Julius Randle. The only thing that Julius Randle did for the Knicks franchise is help turn a 17-win team into a perennial second-round team with the arrow pointing up. And Julius Randle doesn't get credit for that because we think Jalen Brunson is the one that turned the franchise around when the Knicks were actually making the playoffs before Jalen Brunson got there.
Freezy, I 100% agree with you on everything you said. I'm just saying on the outside looking in, I'm looking from the outside at Kyrie. I'm just saying that my outside bubble, even Kyrie, I felt like it was a higher platform. People were knocking him down. He wasn't reaching. So, like, even that round that KD and them that he lost against the Bucks, they blame that on what Kyrie's knee and a foot on the line. You feel me? It wasn't like, oh, Kyrie wasn't there and all. He didn't show up and all. I'm just saying, like, his level is even seen as higher. They were in the second round as well. That's all I'm saying when I'm comparing the two. Like, we expect Kyrie to shoot game winners in the finals. Why aren't you doing that, Kyrie? We looking for Julius Randle to come on and play up in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying from the outside looking in. Even before Kyrie was a Maverick, I had my questions about Kyrie as well. So did Relle and all that. But I'd from the outside looking in, I'd chose Kyrie as a number 2 over Julius Randle. I'm just saying.
What up, Dre?
Yo, salute to everyone
Dre.
on the panel. I think the thing that gets lost in this whole thing is, yeah, the outside perspective definitely does matter, but it's also this point of view is where, like, if you're talking about asset allocation and how you spend your money, and it's about portability. Like, can a guy be 90% of himself anywhere in the league, wherever you plug him at?
Right.
And if you're not 90% of who you are at your best in any situation, it makes it untenable to pay a guy a certain amount of money. It's the reason why Brandon Ingram is not getting a max from anybody in the league.
Well
and
said.
if he was, then he would have been traded by now, or New Orleans would have paid him.
Yeah, facts.
You're saying plug and play, Dre, right?
Yeah, that's the way the league is shaping right now. It's about guys you can plug in. It's the reason why we targeted Mikal and OG, because they can be 90% of themselves in any situation.
Yep. That same thing we did with the 3 guys we just picked up this offseason, bro. I constantly been harping on that. Those 3 guys, this is why I said, you said what?
I was just saying that's an awesome way to put it, bro. That's all.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
That's why I was saying, like I said, I've been saying this whole offseason about the Clay and all them guys we picked up. I said we didn't completely just change the team. Those guys are pretty much the guys that we just let go, but they just do a little bit more. Those are plug and play players, which is why also I was saying this is why I don't give Kid an excuse to go in here and go with 10-10 or whatever the case is in the first 20 games. Like, you got players that you can, like Dre just said, you can simply just plug in and play, bro.
And
so you shouldn't.
This is not to diminish Randle's skill set, because, to be absolutely honest, with the way the roster is set up.
Oh, here we go. Here come the haters.
When the way this roster is set up, it's set up for Randle to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants it, at his most optimal,
right?
With no impediments, with nobody in his way.
Big facts.
So
he wouldn't do that on
Randle is gonna be, as soon as his shoulder is healthy, he's gonna be at the most optimal form of what he is. And he may not average 25, 26, but it's gonna be a hyper efficient 20 to 22, 23 with maybe 6 or 7 assists, because we have reliable talent. I've said this to Freezy before. There's no situation where you can have too much shooting or too much defense. There's no such type of situation. There can be a situation where you have too many ball handlers or too many cooks in the kitchen or too many playmakers, and then it becomes a redundancy. The way the league is shifting, you need guys like Mikal and OG to fill out the outside parts.
And Dre, that is perfect. Freezy, you always can speak your piece on here, Freezy. I want you to know that first and foremost, Freezy. That's what this show is about, and it's members only right now. You're a member. We appreciate you. Come talk about your Knicks. Secondly,
Bro, I consider you a friend, bro. I don't take nothing personal.
Okay, just make it short, Freezy, because you know this is my personality. But also, what Dre just said is yes. That's a way. Let me rewind everything I said. Julius Randle to me on this team is not a plug and play player, so I wouldn't trade all my role players for him because I don't believe he can be plugged in and played for what we need him to do.
And on top of that, man, it's hard nowadays, man, to try to find those. Well, our two franchises are key examples of it. It's hard to find those perfect players to plug in, man, to make a team run the way we need it to run.
Part of the reason the Celtics are who they are is because they acquired two guys at the guard that are 90% of themselves in any situation.
They got a bunch of cusp players. They got a bunch of awesome. So people think they got a bunch of all-stars, and they got a bunch of cusp all-star guys.
There's just a lot of additive players.
A bunch of guys that can be an all-star, but that can play a role too. They got cusp guys.
They're supplementary players.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's why I think that the conversation gets like pushed to a point where like we go to Neverland on that. That's not Derek White and Drew Holiday is not the reason why the Celtics are good. Right, the Celtics are good because they drafted two guys. They drafted well. They drafted Brown and Tatum, and they have homegrown talent that they have signed for a very long time. And you can add guys around those guys. If the Knicks had Tatum and Brown, and then you had Julius Randle and Brunson, the conversation would be different. Julius Randle and Brunson are not those guys, bro. Your organization operates for give an example, the Dallas Mavericks, right? And I say this all the time. People think I have something against Dallas. I actually respect the Mavericks franchise. I felt like they were the greatest young franchise in NBA history until the Oklahoma City Thunder came along. I got to take it from Dallas and give that mantle now to OKC. But the Dallas Mavericks were the original OKC, where every pick they hit on in the early days, they hit on it. They hit on all those picks, man. We go through, I talk about it all the time, whether you're Rolando Blackman, Mark Aguirre, Roy Topley,
right. Dale Lillis.
Yeah, they hit on all the James Donaldson, all these
Jason Kidd and them later on with them.
Yeah, so it's not like I have an axe to grind against Dallas. I actually respect them. Right. My thing is this: when you have a history of drafting like that, you can build your penthouse can be great because the foundation is great. But the Knicks didn't do that, bro. The Knicks, when Randle got here, the team was a mess, and he had to fight. He had to swim upstream with bad rosters, and we're judging him on how he swam upstream.
No,
we're not judging him on what he is going to do for this team today.
That's what I'm saying is he's great. I'm gonna give you an example of another guy that's on our team right now that did kind of the same thing. Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie don't get the respect he deserved for what he did for Brooklyn. He changed Brooklyn around. They went to the playoffs and all. Him and what's his name? What's his name went to the All-Star game.
D-Lo.
But Spencer Dinwiddie was
and Karis LeVert. Yeah.
Yep. So he helped change that around and all. All I'm saying is that there's different levels of this. Yes, he should get recognition for doing what he did. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan for helping the Bulls for a second and all that stuff. Like, that's cool. That's awesome. But like it's a respect that he got an All-Star game, maybe an All-NBA for that and all that for what he did. But I'm just not comparing him to Kyrie. You feel me?
King, I'm gonna give Randle his respect in this part that maybe not the average fan from the outside looking in can see, but there's a nuanced part to it. Okay. Randle has altered parts of his game every season he's been in it.
Randle's skilled. I think Randle one of the most skilled big men in NBA.
Oh, absolutely. Right. But like, he has some stuff to prove, and this talent, the roster on his talent is loaded. But the first year he came on this team, he tried to figure out how to be an isolation scorer and try to take on double teams. He struggled at it. The next year, he became a plus at that, and then he started passing out of double teams. He was becoming a playmaker, and then it came to a head in the playoffs where it just wasn't sustainable. His shooting wasn't sustainable. Because then the following year, he became a high-volume three-point shooter, and that part of his game expanded in terms of his isolation and his playmaking. Then furthermore, after that, he became more of an inside threat, focusing on efficiency last year. Like after his first 6 games or so, after that, he averaged 25 on 50% shooting the next like 34 games or so. Then he got injured. Like
Can we
he
just agree?
evolves slowly. It just doesn't pop off the page. And there's a slight nuance to it. So like I think he's gonna, I'm not gonna say he's gonna completely change who he is, but I think parts of his game are gonna improve around this particular roster, and he's gonna look even more different. Like,
can we agree
though? If you could trade without adding picks, would you trade Randle for Cat? Just curious.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, Matt's good
answer. I wouldn't do that either.
Can we all just agree though? I want to know between Dre and Freezy that this is a major year for Randle though.
Oh yeah.
That this is a year where Randle, y'all put that team beside him, and we just saw with Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson and OG got and all that, and what they did. That putting the squad around him and him being back healthy around this team and all. That this is a make or break. Like this, really, what I need to see from Julius Randle, real talk from y'all. I don't even care about the regular season. Like I know he's skilled. I from what I've seen in the playoffs, when I actually do see y'all regularly, he hasn't been successful.
I mean, how much of a difference is it? Talking about caliber of a player, not style of a player. But I mean, him and Brandon Ingram have very similar resumes with how they perform in the regular season, with how they perform in the playoffs. I think we're talking about I think Julius Randle's better than Brandon Ingram, but I don't think it's by much. And I think in a perfect world, that's your third best player on a team. Yes. The problem is the Knicks don't need what Julius Randle does very, very well. They don't need it as much as they used to with all the other additions. And the original point is the Mavericks would love to have Randle, but I don't think it's to give up all of our role players for a third best player. I think, and I'm going to get crushed on this, I think Clay's role with our team, with what we need him to do, would be far more beneficial than what Randle could do on our team. Randle's a better player than Clay at this point. Better player.
You're not getting crushed. You're not getting crushed.
Not getting crushed.
I agree with you, Glenn.
He's a better player. But for what we need, the specific, I heard him say, and forgive me, I can't remember your name, bro.
I think we have to relax. First of all, you hadn't seen Clay play a minute with the Mavericks.
But my point.
You have not seen play a minute with the Mavericks. Clay and Grimes play a minute.
But the point is, we don't. The way our offense is set up,
we're taking weaknesses, perceived weaknesses from prior years, and adding new talent to it, and think the problem is solved. That's
Freezy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, shooting. Go ahead, bro.
Hold on. I was about to say. So can Julius Randle do the exact same things that Clay can do?
Bro, you didn't hear what Dre said? Dre just told y'all just now.
No. I'm going back.
Hear me out. Dre just told y'all just a few minutes ago that going into every year, Julius Randle adapts his game to what the teams need. Dre went on for about 4 or 5 minutes, bro. And we see this all the time. Every year, that based on what the Knicks need, Julius Randle adjusts his game.
But he can't shoot 40% from threes, and that's what the Mavericks need this year. And I'm not saying that Julius is not better than Clay. That I hope no one is taking that from that. What I'm saying is, in order to advance further in the playoffs, the specific customized need that we need is what Clay does, not what Julius does.
It's one of those things that's kind of like a bespoke. Like you need like if the Olympics are any indicator, that talent doesn't always win you immediately. Fit like
exactly
at this, especially in this iteration. Like this is the NBA that Adam Silver created with the CBA, where it's like fit matters more than high-end talent. Like before, in other iterations of the NBA, if you had the 2 or 3 best players on a team, you could throw your jersey out there. You're probably gonna win 80% of your games.
Right. And Dre, payroll matters now too. You can't. You got to have
it
all evenly out.
How much money does Julius Randle make? Just
right now.
Not you, Dre, because I know you know. I'm asking the panel. How much money does Julius Randle make? For y'all keep talking about money.
Is he at 24 million a year?
Yeah. 29.
Hold on. Does he make 16?
Does he make 16? Yes.
Oh
no, he does not make 16. What
that's why we were saying Monday.
What NBA All-Star is going to make 16 not on their rookie deal?
Klay Thompson.
What NBA All-Star is going to make 16 million not on their rookie deal?
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Wait.
I think our third option.
What NBA All-Star is going to make 16 mil not on their rookie deal?
Klay Thompson.
When?
This year. He's going to make 16.
Klay Thompson is not an All-Star this year, bro.
Well, Freezy,
Randle made All-Star from last year? They both of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Freezy, I'll give you a joker in this. Freezy, I'll give you a joker in
Randle
this.
made the All-Star game.
Randle made All-NBA and All-Star last year?
You know, he made the
He did it a couple years ago.
He didn't make all.
Freezy, here you. That's what I'm saying to you, Freezy. You coming in here different. Like we said, Klay Thompson. Based off of your argument, it's Klay Thompson.
If we're going by cap hit,
neither was Julius Randle.
Tyrese Maxey's cap hit is
Randle
$13 million
wasn't All-Star this year. What are we talking about?
You said he wasn't. I thought you just said 2 years ago. Y'all
no,
just said.
I said he was not an All-NBA player this year because he was injured.
Got you.
You didn't hear me, bro. I was trying to explain.
He was progressing to that trajectory, but I don't know.
But he was gonna be All-NBA, bro. This
I'll
dude
say this, Freezy, Jaylen Brown didn't make it, and he should have been All-NBA. So I don't know if Julius would have made it.
Bro, and full disclosure,
yeah,
Klay Thompson, 2 out of the last 3 years shot 38% from 3.
Okay.
So we were talking about.
And I'm fine, and I'm 100% fine with that. 38 is awesome.
Tim Hardaway Jr. That's a good deal.
Okay, but and he didn't play with Luka Doncic though.
And I better say that's with more usage and a different role. He was the second option on that team.
Yeah, and Randle didn't play with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges for long stretches last year either.
You're right.
I think that's actually gonna help Randle.
Right, yeah.
That is. Yeah. So I told you, I am not worried about Randle in the regular season. He's gonna do Randle stuff. I'm not. Randle's gonna do Randle stuff in the regular season.
That's why when you add the first question I asked Freezy when he came in, I said, "What does he do in the playoffs?" That was the first question. I said because I didn't. Nobody heard me bring up regular season. I'm talking about playoffs when it counts. When it
matters. One of the best players in the playoffs last year,
bro. I'm gonna just say this. It's gonna sound a little bit disrespectful, but if you give me 30 seconds, I just want to explain.
You got the whole floor.
Right. So I used to hear the same conversation about a dude named Dirk Nowitzki, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yo, he put up these great numbers. What does he do in the playoffs, bro? Like, why does this dude looks great against certain teams, and then when the playoffs come, they lose to these teams from out of nowhere? What's up with this dude, Dirk Nowitzki? He put up these numbers. Now, Dallas finally turned the corner where they put together a great roster around that dude after like 10 years of this dude putting up numbers. It's not the playoff thing.
Freezy,
Just let me finish, bro. The playoff thing is not just a one-player thing, bro. It's a team thing. You're
right.
And so because before Dirk won a championship, we were hearing the same things about a dude named Dirk Nowitzki, and it was unfair then, and it's unfair now, bro. That's my point.
It's not
so Freezy. One thing, Dirk's numbers across the board went up in the playoffs.
Yep. Every number went up. He was one of only 5 guys, I think, or 4 guys that averaged 25 and 10 in his playoff career.
Yep. So when we talk about Randle, it's not just because he was losing. There were games that Randle completely did not show up. His efficiency had dipped. His efficiency, 18%. His numbers, and everything across the board were dipping. Dirk never had that issue.
Are we comparing
anything, his numbers went
Randle
up.
to Dirk now?
Yeah, and the only time Dirk is, the only series is 2 series where that happened. 2 series where Dirk's numbers went down.
2 series out of the 15 years he went to the playoffs.
One of them was the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat, where after the first 2 games his numbers went down.
Yeah,
the second one was 07, them 2 years in a row.
But he was sick in that series too.
So not that one.
What I'm saying,
he still got damn near 30 in that one. He talking 06.
06 when we went against Miami.
That was before.
And then 07. 2 years back to back when we went against Golden State. They were the 2 years where Dirk's numbers went down. That finals series and that first round series. Other than that, every other series Dirk played in, Dirk numbers would go up.
I think I want to give Randle a mulligan for his first playoff series, even though it was terrible. But the others, it's hard for me to pin it completely on him and the others because he got the ankle. He had to get surgery. And against the Cavs, when he went against the Cavs and the Heat, he literally had to get surgery.
He had a bruised tailbone where Jarrett Allen flagrant fouled him at the rim. That man was out there on 2 sprained ankles, one leg, and a bruised tailbone and a sprained wrist. And in the Miami series, Bam Adebayo gave him a black eye.
And that's why, like I said, he's been in the league for a while now. Like you said, he has, I guess, benefits of the doubt or whatever on certain things. I got that. But at some point, he's going to prove that he is that dude because, like I said, even KP's and all that when we had him over here, if KP was healthy the first year, we would have probably went to the finals maybe. I think the Clippers were the best team in the NBA that year in the bubble, truthfully, and they just gave up afterwards and lost at 3-1. We almost beat them. We was 6 and all that with Luka playing by himself on a best up ankle. I wish KP was out there. He was hurt though. Like it is what it is. Julius Randle at some point has to show us something. Joel Embiid always gets hurt. Do we just say, oh, he just always gets hurt? No, he got to show us something in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the way this roster is set up, he's in a prime position to have the most efficient season of his career. And have playoff success. And I feel like it's bound to happen. I think just the bad luck with the injuries and then him being his first taste of the playoffs in general was with a lackluster, overachieving roster. He just felt he was overwhelmed at that point.
Whoa, Dre! Don't do that to Reggie Bullock, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That man, Reggie Bullock, traveled on a fast break by himself.
He caught a
Hey, Reggie Bullock said he could come to Dallas to play better. He showed y'all.
Hey,
we blame Tom Thibodeau on Reggie.
And so I was in Atlanta for those 2 playoff games. I got to see him live. One, I was in a suite, and the other, I was right on the corner where the players come out, right? And I'm telling you, bro, as somebody that have rocked on the screen with you for a number of years now, bro, that Knicks team should not have even been in the playoffs, right? You're talking about, I saw Derrick Rose get a deflection and throw an outlet pass to Reggie Bullock, and Reggie Bullock caught it right in front of the 3-point line. He was on the court by himself, and he caught the ball and ran it straight under the rim without dribbling, got the travel called on him, and he turned around and he laughed at everybody, bro. And right then, I knew that Julius Randle was taking a lottery team to the playoffs.
3 of the starters on that team are not in the league right now.
Right.
Yeah, they're not even
y'all both are right. We covered the Mavericks when we went to the Western Conference Finals. Who do you think we took there? A lot of the Knicks guys, like I know that. All I'm saying is there are then situations where you look at it where, like last year, Jalen Brunson will be in a situation where it's like, damn, he overmatched. Jalen Brunson will show up, sometimes win a game, and sometimes like, oh my God, it's close because of Jalen Brunson. I watch enough, and it could be just the injuries, like y'all saying. But it's times I'm like, damn, Julius Randle, do something for your team. Maybe y'all got a chance if you do something, and he's done nothing. That's all I'm saying, man. And I've seen it. Like you can say it's because of it. His percentages aren't because of the other.
So you didn't see the Milwaukee Bucks New York Knicks game where Giannis was complaining to the referees that Julius Randle was too physical. So you didn't see that game,
bro.
I'm just asking. Easy. The game where Julius Randle dominated Giannis.
You see how you're going to break down. You say you got to break down a game to me.
But you said you.
I know. Listen, you're breaking down.
You never saw it.
It's not that I've never seen it. There's always players. David Robinson looked good in the playoffs in some games. We still know his reputation, though.
He talking about regular season game, King. He talking about regular season game.
I'm talking about the playoffs, Freezy. The playoffs. I don't care. The regular season, I just told y'all, Julius Randle is going to do Julius Randle things. He does it in the regular season. He is Julius Randle now. He is who he is now. We know.
I believe he's on the Dirk Nowitzki path.
Hell no.
Yep.
Whoa.
He already got to play on his team better than him. He already got to play on his team better than him, and Dirk never had to play on his team better than him. He can't be on the Dirk.
I get what you're saying, Freezy. As a Dirk fan, as a person that's, I'll wild out and say I think Dirk is probably number 2 power forward of all time. I've always died on that hill, but you do have to step back some of your beliefs. I don't think you're completely wrong. I just think you're overhyping this one player.
So do you, Freezy? Do you feel like you're in the majority or the minority of this Randle? Because I mean, the more I think of it, would I still trade Kyrie straight up for Randle? No, but the age factor does play a role into it, but so does the money factor. So I understand it's a little bit more even than us like just burying Randle. Randle is one of the best power forwards that we'll probably have for the next 5 or 7 years or so. But do you think most people feel like you feel that Randle's value is on that level of all-star, all-world Hall of Fame, NBA champion kind of power forward, or
you can't dispute what his resume says, bro. You are what your resume says you are.
His Randle resume is nowhere
what is
near
it?
his resume.
What does his resume say other than great stats during the regular season, help build an upstart Knicks team to get them good, but getting them established? The Mavericks had Chris Gatling and Michael Finley and a few years we had tons of good players that helped us get established before the Dirk and the Nash and the Finley, the big three, made a push. We had Jamal Mashburn and Jim Jackson. We have tons of people that helped get us to a winning culture. But that resume isn't enough alone to put them in the pantheons of some. You just mentioned Dirk. Dirk's one of the greatest players, top 50 players of all time. So when you say that, that perks everyone's ears up to think, is that what you think Randle is?
Wait. I think we gotta relax. First, we assuming that Dirk Nowitzki is the greatest player ever to wear a Mavs jersey. Is that what we're assuming?
We're not assuming.
Yeah, assuming.
It's not assuming. Yes.
All right.
Oh, Freezy, that's an assumption.
Until Luka wins the championship and
the only other person you could possibly name is Kid right now.
No, the only person you can name is
not
Luka.
even Kid.
It's
what is your definition of greatest? Is
Mark Aguirre's
talent or accolades?
All of it.
The definition?
All everything combined, and it's Dirk.
Mark Aguirre's 3, Jason Kidd's probably 4, Jason Terry's probably 5.
Probably no. I don't even think that we disrespecting Kyrie.
Jason Terry.
I don't think. Wait, Jason Terry's
come on,
5.
Bro.
Kyrie is on there.
Bro, what are we talking about, bro?
Jason Terry won a championship for us.
I think
don't give a damn that he won a championship. He's a good role player.
Jason Terry is one of the all.
You didn't mention Dale Ellis, Rolando Blackman, Derek Harper. I'm already out on that list.
Hold on. Freezy. You gotta before their time, man. Before your time.
No, it ain't before your time.
All right, my bad.
Like Dre just said, how do you include greatness? Greatness got to include rings and all, right?
No, I heard what you said about Harper, but Harper, Lafayette, Rolando Blackman, they never got us past the Lakers. So I understand them, but when I do understand Jason Terry is a 6th man who averaged 17 points a game, but what his impact on that championship series, including guarding LeBron James, who's about 5 inches taller than him. Yeah, without Jason Terry, we don't have that championship. Without that championship, Dirk doesn't have a ring.
Big Dog, what I'm telling you is that the fact that the Mavericks were an expansion team and drafted 7 or 8 great all-time players, right? An expansion team. And they drafted 7 or 8 great all-time NBA players and could not defeat a dynastic LA Lakers team in their prime is not an indictment on those players that were aforementioned.
It's not an indictment, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Jason Terry been to the finals twice with the team.
So if you were to Thanos snap a Maverick player, Rolando Blackman, Derek Harper, or Jason Terry to disappear, and we would have to deal with the consequences after.
Glenn, that's a great God, Glenn. That's awesome.
I guarantee you, if you took Terry off, there would be more tears. And I love Harper, and I love Rowe, and I love all of the players that came before. But the impact to winning.
Dale Ellis, Detlef Shrimp, James Donaldson.
Hey, I'm a Shrimp fan. Let me word go.
Let's go, Kiki Vandeweghe.
Yeah, Kiki Vandeweghe. You're right. Listen, let me put this. Let me ask to you like this, Freezy. So, is Rolando Blackman looked at on the same level as Dirk?
No, nobody should be looked at on the same level as Dirk.
So then that's why Dirk is the best in the franchise
in terms of accomplishments.
Well, I mean, I'm the biggest Detlef Shrimp fan that there is out there, but I promise you, more people will be more upset over losing Terry than Shrimp.
You think we've had Freezy? You think we've had somebody on our team more skilled than Dirk? That's not Luka.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I'm saying you say as far as accomplishment, it made it sound like you saying, well, if we didn't,
he just up there because of accomplishments. Yeah,
you saying that you think that there's somebody else on our team that was on the Mavericks that's been more skilled than Dirk that's not named Luka Doncic?
No, King. So the thing is, you and I had this conversation before. I keep telling you that I think Luka is gonna be the GOAT. I keep saying, hold on. That's
what I'm saying. Not Luka. I'm talking
Dirk. He not. Yeah, you said he's asking you. So you saying there's a
Luka out of it. If Dirk Nowitzki, you think there's somebody you said just because of accomplishments? Is the accomplishment because of Luka? You're saying you think Luka is the best player on the Mavericks, or you think somebody else is what I'm asking?
What I'm telling you, and I tell y'all this every time we get together, like when we have our private conversations or whether it's the live stream, I think Luka Doncic is the greatest basketball player that I've ever seen in 50 years of watching basketball.
Oh, I believe
that. Right. That's what I believe. Now, I know the people younger than me are going to constantly argue with me about that player being Michael Jordan or LeBron. And what I would say to people that are younger than me, I actually saw all of these players play live, and nobody has an impact offensively on a basketball court like Luka Doncic. I don't care what nobody, bro. You can tell me, you can say Dirk, Jason Kidd, all this stuff, bro. I know Jason Kidd at the beginning of his career was a transition point guard that got easy assists in transition. And then as he got older, he became a better and better half-court passer and a better shooter. I know that, right? That's why I don't compare Jason Kidd to Luka. I think Luka is 2 times better than Jason Kidd.
That's fine. You just saying that. So that's what I'm saying. Your thing is Luka. I thought it was like somebody else you were saying other than Luka. But Luka, yes. I think Luka is the best. Luka is the best Dallas Maverick player ever.
Ever.
Luka is not even best Dallas Maverick player ever. Dirk is the greatest Maverick ever.
Dirk is the greatest.
Luka is the best. Now, I think Luka, and I hope to God it's a success story where Luka becomes the greatest. He should be. It's a failure if he doesn't. But right now, it's Dirk is the greatest to me. Luka is the best player the Mavericks have ever.
I think Luka's the most talented. And I agree with Freezy. I believe Luka's maybe the second or third most talented basketball player I've ever seen. But that doesn't make him the best Dallas Maverick of all time yet, because of what Dirk did as far as us reaching the pinnacle of a championship. Luka is 7 times better than Dirk, and I love Dirk. He's my favorite all-time athlete. Luka could play basketball and beat him 9 times out of 10 in one-on-one. But there's an intangible that Dirk had that enabled him to be able to put the team on his back and carry them through the finish line to beat a big 3. Not saying that
offensively he could do that.
Yes, but I'm saying, but even being able to rally his team when he was sick or when he wasn't playing well, it's just certain things about Dirk, the intangibles that we get on Luka for not having. There's some things Luka has not matured into that Dirk automatically has. The selflessness, the ability to see team first and making sure his game rounds out. I remember for the first few years, Dirk played center. Like most of his minutes came at center just because we needed him there. We had no one else. And so, yeah, I mean, I think we're just splitting hairs. Luka will be the best Maverick of all time when he wins the championship. But until then, Dirk's still holding on to that mantle.
Yeah. It's Dirk you got. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
But hey y'all, we need to wrap the show up because we went over and we didn't even talk about the schedule.
We always go over, Relle.
Yeah. It's always the case.
Make sure you clip it at 2 hours, bro.
Oh crap! I'm not gonna make it. Freezy.
Yeah, you are. You were finished. Everybody,
but we gotta do all the stuff and stuff, man. We're not gonna make it. But listen, we definitely appreciate everybody. I'm gonna put everybody backstage. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Dre. Appreciate you, Freezy.
Peace, everybody. Enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn it.
Talk.
Bro, we got less than 2 minutes. Bro.
Hey, if you interested in geek content,
go ahead. You do it.
Okay, I got you. So if I can get the video clips, see, I ain't even ready. If you're interested in geek content, follow my guys over at Cuz We Geek, Relle and Will. They talk about all things geek culture. Take that loop off. Like Relle he forgets to do it. But all that stuff, they on their way to the next 500. That's what they're trying to get to. They already reached their first goal of 100. If you want to become a member of the channel, hit that join button next to the subscribe button. If you're on the iPhone, You got to go, what is that, to desktop Safari and go to the web page browser and go that way. You can be on the screen like us. Members only on Friday mornings, but if we don't, we got a members only post game show. That's what we normally do, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for joining the show. Go Mavs. And from me and Relle, we out. Subscribe and like.
Are we out?